Alright, test, test, test. Alright, hey all. Alright, looks like we're live, looks like we're good. Okay, so, I don't know for sure what I'm streaming yet. I did open a Terra Mystica table, but I'm by no means beholden to that. Um, so yeah, I don't know for sure what I'm playing yet. But we're gonna play some games. Um, Alright. Um, Yeah, I basically woke up this morning, took the dogs to the dog park. I'm just kind of chilling. Last night the Terra Mystica game was good fun. Um, yeah. Now I'm just kind of catching up on BGG quick, but that's pretty boring. Okay. What else could I be doing too? Could do more random chess games. Possibly could Agricola, although the Agricola world looks pretty quiet too. Is Deranged already streaming a Terra Mystica? Oh yeah, look at that. Hey, I missed Deranged. Oh no, Deranged just posted that. Oh, okay. Well, that's mildly awkward. Yeah, it looks like Deranged might have just started streaming. Dude, Deranged did start streaming a while ago. Well, anyhow, that means that people could watch Deranged. Alright. I've bailed. I've bailed on the Terra Mystica life then. We're streaming Puerto Rico over here, it looks like. I'm just peeking at Deranged's game now. Deranged paid a decent amount to be playing engineers. Seems reasonable. You got a mermaids. I mean, And it looks pretty promising for engineers. Engineers are gonna get this hex, they'll get this hex. Engineers are gonna double dig here. Seems good. It seems good. Oh, hey, there wasn't Agricola game. Alright. Alright, looks like it's gonna be a Puerto Rico stream. Okay. We're getting the Puerto Rico players in. I should probably update my stream title. Alright, we are now a Puerto Rico stream. Boom. Okay. That works. Also, I've finally been playing on Yukata again, and I do wish both Agizia and Navigador would make its way over to BGA. I have no idea who's in charge of these BGA things, but that would be pretty swell. Also, I'm not supposed to show what games are in alpha, but now I just realized that I want to go see what is in alpha testing, just on the off chance that anything exciting could be out there. But I don't think I'm getting any Navigador or I don't think I'm getting Navigador or Agizia on Yukata anytime soon, or on BGA anytime soon, but that's what I would really like. Also, what I would really love is for BGA to stop forcing this dumb accept screen on all my tabs. It really drives me nuts. I can't read any forums or anything at the moment because anytime I pull up a BGA page, it forces this screen on me. Allow me to multitask. The alpha list at the moment, though, doesn't really thrill me. There's a lot of stuff coming on the alpha list, but there's very little that excites me. There's a couple games that probably excite others, but the alpha list at the moment actually is kind of boring. I don't know. It's fine, but not really doing it for me. Also, holy crap, some of these games have been in alpha for a long time. Okay. CS here has the best seat. Can I zoom in a little? Possibly. What do you want to zoom in on? I guess I can try to make the whole thing bigger like this. Yeah, I guess that works. There we go. I can maybe even do one more notch, huh? Yeah, okay. That mostly works. All right. Anyhow, we are fourth seat. Somebody opened the game with Prospector. Wait a sec. What? Long John opened the game with Prospector. What type of gambit is this? That's fascinating. Um. Okay, so that means that I'm getting Mayor. Wow, this is great for me. Either CS is gonna take a quarry and I'm getting a second corn early, or CS is going to Mayor and I get to settle for a quarry in round one. I mean, either of those seem great. Okay, so I could just take a small market here. Am I doing much trading though? I probably eventually make use of this small market, but it's unsure when based on what's about to happen. I think I'm still supposed to take a small market here, but I actually do not know. Um, Wow, Long John is choosing not to build. This is fascinating start to me. This is not a book start. What is this? CS is doing the thing. He's snapping off the quarry. I'm taking a corn. I'm not. I am. I basically believe in taking every corn plantation you see. Also, with no high cash crop in this like row, there's no corn, there's no coffee or tobacco available. If there was, maybe I'd consider that. Although I have very little money, and I'm not going to solve money issues for a while. No early tobacco this game. Definitely interesting. I will solve a long-term colonist issue here. There's nothing better for me to be doing. And then we just get to slam some guys into corn production early. Yeah. Next round, I have no idea what anybody's going to open with. This game's already been wild with what Long John's been up to. Even Daddy Freud here is like doing an interesting strategy. Opened a small indigo plantation. I mean, you want to produce indigo, but I don't know. Weird start. Wow, and CS has manned his corn plantation instead of his quarry. I think this is a mistake. I see no reason that CS should be manning his corn plantation. Like, this early corn doesn't do him much, whereas this quarry means that he can build buildings cheaper, which is more important. But we get another mayor action immediately. So CS doesn't matter what he picked. It was all good regardless. All right, CS, pick Craftsman for us. Oh, please pick Craftsman. If CS picks Craftsman, I will snap this trader and sell off one of my corns with a small market to boost it. I'd be very happy. It's probably better for CS to just take a one coin trader here, but actually maybe settle again for another quarry. I don't even know, but he is going to craft. All right, fantastic. Well, I will take money. Early money is great. We get to sell a corn for 2 here because of small market and the trader privilege. So $3 plus sell a corn. The only other thing that happens is Daddy Freud can sell an indigo for 1. Not a big deal at all. All of this is fine. This could be much worse, but this is a very favorable start for 4th seed thus far. Captain is getting taken. Totally fine. I get a point. Love that. Love all of that. I'm getting builder here or settler. Wow, and I actually get my pick. CS goes for the $2. That's fine. I think I'm supposed to settle for a quarry here. I could build a coffee plant alternatively and hope that I'm getting one of these coffees, but I could get blocked on that, right? So if I build a coffee roaster, Long John could settle and they could block me from coffee plantations. How likely is that though? Especially when there's a corn plantation on offer. It's fairly likely, though, that I get blocked on coffee there. And investing in a coffee plantation that might not be getting used for a while, whereas just investing in a long-term quarry. Yeah, I'm going to invest in the long-term quarry. The danger here is Long John is going to snap off a coffee plantation. Long John's going to take a coffee plantation and then build a coffee roaster. Wait, he's not? Okay. What is Long John doing with this early prospect action? I don't understand. Long John has taken an early prospector, Eschewed building. What's the game plan here? It does not make sense to me. Don't understand what's up. CS chooses to take an indigo there when he could have taken a coffee. The first tobaccos show up. No coffee for me, but if builder gets taken here, I think I do just build a tobacco roaster then. I think it's pretty likely I get one of these tobacco plantations in a sec. Wow, Long John is taking mayor instead of builder with $1. That's crazy. I actually get to man this quarry before we build. This is nuts. Am I gonna get to open next round with builder? Surely Daddy Freud takes build here. Yeah, Daddy Freud could build a coffee this way. This is crazy that Long John passed on this opportunity in order, like, it's crazy. CS also goes for the tobacco here. That's unfortunate. Okay, so options are I could be the second guy doing tobacco, which doesn't sound very thrilling. I could just take a coffee and hope that coffee comes my way. But God, there's so many corn plantations. I don't even know. I don't really want any of this stuff, but how am I making money this game? Do I just actually, do I do something crazy? Do I get a large market? Do I get a large market here and just sell crummy goods and I never make... I'm going to get a third corn plantation very likely, so I could go for like just shipping lots of corn. I'm going to try a large market game here. I'm going to claim that I'm just going to make money off small market plus large market and selling crummy goods while these guys in front of me try hard to sell their coffee and tobacco. It does mean that I eventually need to set up other stuff, but this could work pretty well. I would love to craft here before other people get... Yeah, I should be crafting here before people can create their good goods. I don't want to let other people make good stuff here. And this is just quite a few points, so... This has been a weird game thus far, though, for sure. The other players have... Long John, in particular, has chosen... He chose to open the game with Prospector. He's chosen not to build thus far. It's just very weird. Alright, CS clearly still has things to learn about this game. What am I doing with an office, buddy? Also, nobody's picking Settler yet this round? That's also kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. I should be trying to loosely track some stuff, but... Fuck. Alright. CS is suggesting I should have built an office, but I think that's absolutely crazy for the record. Oh, wow. Long John takes... Okay, so remember how I thought I was getting a corn plantation? I'm not getting a corn plantation because apparently quarries are garbage, and instead my opponents also just want corn plantations. So slight funkiness there, but I'll snap off an indigo here. I'm eventually going to get a little indigo production going. This is fine. Wow, no sugar here either. That's actually a little sad. We've had very little sugar. I would like to see a sugar, but... Daddy Freud is producing coffee here. That absolutely is winding up on a boat. I 100% captain this round. There is no way we're trading coffee. No way we're letting Daddy Freud trade that coffee. It is going onto a boat. Absolutely going onto a boat. Um, all right. CS took the money. Well, okay. So if I don't trade here, or if I don't captain here, Daddy Freud gets to open. I also could just build with a pretty good discount here, though. It's pretty nice. I mean, this is a 2-coin action that lets me build. Although, what do I even need? I don't really need anything. I think I'm supposed to make sure Daddy Freud doesn't trade here. That's Um, generally my belief is to do this. Oh, this might be the wrong boat. I potentially was supposed to go on this boat because the corn would have cleared out. And the corn clearing out might have been good for me. And then making a giant coffee boat might have been good. I might have actually shipped the wrong boat there. But this is alright. Forcing Daddy Freud into an awkward spot is good. CS is probably going to snap this builder action, which is a little unfortunate. This builder action's insane, and I'm not sure Daddy Freud is actually taking it, even though he definitely should. It's crazy to me that CS and me are the only two people with quarries thus far, though. Like, these other players are playing very weirdly. Very strange game from these other players thus far. Wow, Daddy Freud is really dead set on trading. Really dead set on trading. This is not... I don't think this is a coherent plan here for what it's worth, but... CS is presumably going to snap this builder. It's a crazy good builder. I'm probably just going to cap it again. I refuse to let Daddy Freud trade this coffee at the moment. Also, if you want money so bad, Daddy Freud, take $3. I don't understand. This is a $3 action. Like, it's insane. Also, how does CS not have his tobacco plantation banned yet? When did this happen? I have no idea. CS does take the builder that he's supposed to, though, because it's insane. I'm just going to build a cheap indigo plant. I eventually want a cheap sugar plant, and I want a sugar plantation, but there's no sugar plantations. CS also goes for the large market, so trading is going to be incredibly lucrative for some people. I take a small indigo here. I'm fascinated to what Long John is trying to save up to build. Is he just rushing for a harbor? I have no idea what this strategy is. Wow, it's a coffee roaster, finally. Okay, this strategy makes no sense from Long John. This is baffling. Okay. Am I actually captaining here again? I might be captaining here again because I'm that much of a jerk. I generally don't believe in allowing people to trade early coffee. I mean, I guess Daddy Freud's getting good shipping points this way too, but... Long John is presumably going to settle for a coffee plantation. That means the corn, unfortunately, doesn't go to me. I could settle for a corn here. Oh, Daddy Freud can't pick trader, so I could pick captain next round. Wait a sec. Yeah, Daddy Freud can't pick trader. Nobody else is picking trader for him. I think I can settle here, and then Long John will pick mayor. Yeah, I could take another quarry here too. But I think I just want that corn plantation. Long John does snap the coffee as expected. This is all fine. There's finally one more sugar plantation, but what a weird flip of stuff thus far. Mayor does get taken. Alright, we're gonna slide into Am I sliding into making an indigo? Wait a sec. I don't know that making an indigo is actually good for me at the moment. It's only good if the trading house ever clears, and I'm really not letting the trading house clear because I'm a colossal jerk. I'd really like this sugar plantation. I need to be faster. Holy smokes, I'm burning my clock. I gotta go a little faster here. I will captain for $1. Um, Definitely will captain for $1 and force these coffee somewhere else. I guess I really don't need. I really didn't need to leave this large market banned for this large market's not getting used for quite a while, but that's okay. I think I'm still okay with what I've done here. It's weird. This is a funky board. This is not what I would normally be doing, but there's also been very weird things from some other players, so I mean CS's position looks pretty good too, although he doesn't have his quarry banned anymore, which is weird. CS is trying to craft also. Okay, this is probably clever. If I captain here, he's gonna get to trade his. Oh, and there's too much. There's too much. There's too much stuff. I can't block. I can't block all the trades by captaining anymore. Oh, except people have to throw goods overboard. Wait a sec. What am I talking about? People at least have to throw goods overboard. The only problem is Daddy Freud definitely gets to hold on to a. Oh wait, no, it doesn't matter that Daddy Freud gets to hold on to. Wait, no, I can force. Oh boy, this is all right. I have to go. I'm gonna captain. I'm gonna captain and take the points. It's very funky here, though. Very funky. The trades are finally gonna start happening, but everybody only gets to hold one good here. Long John is forced to hold on to a corn. Yeah, what a weird one. CS is holding on to a tobacco though that he's gonna get to trade. So, I mean, the trades are gonna finally happen, but I'm okay with what I've done here. It's very weird what I've done, but Daddy Freud takes the or Long John takes the 2 coins. Daddy Freud finally gets to trade. CS is gonna get to trade for $1 million though, which is very strong. But at least nobody has goods. Nobody has goods again at the moment. So I mean, except Long John. Long John has a corn, but yeah, this is fine. This is fine. It's a little sad. I mean, CS has a lot of money. CS's position's very good. But I think I'm okay with how things have worked out. I also mean I already have 10 shipping points, which is pretty good. Although I mean my opponents have quite a lot too. My opponents have 16 points. So I mean on average they have like 5 shipping points each, and I have 10. So I mean I've certainly done something on that front. I really would like to make some sugar here. I'd like to make indigo and sugar. Making indigo and sugar means that my small market, large market, I should be able to leech off their trade actions long term by putting in goods that other people don't really want to fight for. These people are going to be trying to put in coffee and tobacco as goods. It's hard to say how much this game is going to turn into a shipping game or a building game long term. I just can't predict what red and green are up to. Red and green have no real advantages in building. They've taken no quarries. They've both just set up coffee plantations. Like, it does not make a lot of sense to me. Okay, we get to open this round. Am I actually settling for that sugar? That makes no sense. I'm building here, right? Builder with $1 still has to be the right thing. Yeah, I'm gonna build, and I just want a small sugar for long term. That's all I really care about. I also do want a small warehouse. I should probably have considered small warehouse there. Um, but we'll see. CS is in a very good spot here. CS could go harbor already. CS could go factory. Long John takes a small warehouse. Oof, don't like to see that. The small warehouses might actually run out first, which would be unfortunate. Daddy Freud is going. Daddy Freud went for a office. I do not like Daddy Freud going for an office. I don't think this is a good plan for him. Settler does get taken. I would like the sugar, but I'm probably getting blocked on the sugar here. is my guess, but that's okay. I'll get a sugar long term. Yeah, Daddy Freud does take the sugar, but I want the sugar. I'll eventually use this. I could take a coffee here, I suppose. Gosh, the sugar plantations are really coming out in a funky order, though. There's 10 sugar plantations in the deck, and we've seen only 7 of them, or only 3 of them, so there's 7 out of 16? 7 of the 16 left are sugar? That's a little sad. I think I have the counts correct, though. I think there's 10 sugar in the game. 11 sugar tiles in the game. 11 sugar. A full half of this deck left is sugar. What a weird freaking split. Alright, I'm at least making it to go. Okay. Trader is getting picked, as expected. Everybody's gonna have tons of money now, including me, though. I'm trading a court here for $3, which isn't great, but, like, CS is trading for $1 million. I mean, CS is gonna probably crush this game because he has too much money. These players are playing very questionably, in my opinion. They're doing very wrong things, but whatever. They're allowed to do wrong things. CS probably builds here. I probably build a harbor. Although, gosh, we've already exhausted a lot of VPs. Wow, CS mayors. Okay, I did not expect that. I could just settle for the sugar. I could just prospect for 2. Just prospect for 2 here. It's kind of lame, but I don't necessarily want to build. I could build a wharf. I also could just craft. How does craftsman go for me? The real question is, do I get to ship my corn or not? If I get to ship the corn, crafting is good. But it's really unclear that I get to. I also could just... God, I could just settle for another corn plantation and say, screw this sugar, I'll eventually get it. Do I just snap another corn here, and then I aim for building a wharf? How am I going to build a wharf, though? Somebody takes builder next round, and I don't have the money for it. I guess I prospect. And then we see how this round opens. What a weird game of Puerto Rico. Oh, like, these quarries got taken, like, Long John has played a very weird game. I mean, I've done a weird game here too. Small market, large market. I've built a sugar mill without having a sugar plantation secured yet. Although, again, half of this freaking deck is sugar. Like, what? What a weird flip, too. Like, that's just so unusual. We've also seen a lot of the corn plantations this game already. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of the 10 corn plantations. I guess that's not that unusual, but the sugar situation definitely is unusual. Builder gets taken. Very curious what Daddy Freud's building here. Very interested to know. He does go for the harbor. So Daddy Freud has indicated he actually wants to go for a shipping game plan, which doesn't really make sense with the office to me. CS goes for the wharf. So we are entering a shipping game plan. So I also I'm probably also supposed to build a wharf with all my stuff, but like wharfs are not that great. I might just need this small warehouse even more. If everybody else is shipping, this small warehouse is very important to me if I'm making a bunch of corn. I'm probably supposed to take a harbor here, but like the harbor's not great at the moment given how little different goods I make. I'm gonna claim the small warehouse is more necessary long term for me doing well. Long John also goes for a harbor. Okay, so like people are trying to ship a lot this game, which is a little interesting given how much they've tried to fight for cash crops and like I don't fully understand harbor game plans here from people. It looked like they were trying to build. Now we're trying to ship. I don't know for sure what's happening. CS picks mayor again. What is he doing with all these people? Making a bunch of indigo? Okay, so CS is just making a bunch of stuff. Any Through the Ages this weekend? Maybe. Maybe Through the Ages. I suppose I should actually try to schedule such a thing, but... Alright, I think I'm just supposed to settle for another corn plantation here. If everybody wants to ship so much, I'm gonna make the cheapest, easiest goods. And I now have a small warehouse, so even if I don't get to ship my corn, I get to stockpile my corn. This game is going to be a long one. Nobody's filling their board very fast. Nobody's buying large production buildings very fast. So we're not going to exhaust the colonists very quickly, and we're not going to exhaust our building spaces. So we are going to wind up shipping a lot, in which case all of these harbor investments probably will be pretty good. I'm just going to have to try to leech off my opponents doing lots of craftsmen and captaining from here on out, because that's really all they can do to try to win. They're going to be doing lots of craftsmen and captain actions. I should attempt to be building here also to like get around people. I should be building kind of aggressively. CS picks captain. He's probably going to make a tobacco boat here since he's the only person making tobacco. Like, shipping tobacco here makes all the sense in the world. And indeed, that's what he goes for. That's pretty expected. So one of the downsides here is nobody's shipping corn. And I just realized Long John also has a small warehouse, so this corn production's gonna fail for me pretty bad, actually. I misread this. I'm possibly supposed to pick Trader here because nobody actually gets good money off Trader. Everybody shipped away all their big goods at least. So, like, I can at least be kind of annoyed by trading here. Yeah, I'm gonna claim this is fine. What a just weird Puerto Rico game though. Like, I'm still not sure how I feel about how I'm playing this. Like, it's unclear to me. Like, I do have 13 shipping points, which at least feels good, and I have a ton of money. But, like, what a weird game plans from some of these other players thus far. It looks like I am supposed to go for more of a building strat here, though. Like, I have advantages on building at the moment. Uh, Weirdly enough. My opponents are trying really hard to win via like shipping plans. So I just try to leech off their ship actions, but then I also try to just... I don't know. I mean, we'll see. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing fully. It's a weird, weird game. Unfortunately, crafting here maybe makes sense for Daddy Freud. There's not a lot of corn to produce, so like me trying to produce a ton of corn and Long John producing a ton of corn is actually not working very well. Oh, plantations are getting picked. All right. I probably finally get my sugar plantation here at least. Oh wow, no, I get offered another corn. Um, I guess I be prepared long term to just make a million corn. I don't care about making sugar here, but very much. Like, nobody's making sugar. Nobody's making sugar, so there's never going to be a sugar boat at the moment. I mean, there's also no trading of sugar, but... okay, looks like I get to open this round with Builder. I mean, okay, sure. Uh, I probably am supposed to build big buildings. The real question is, am I supposed to build a customs house because we're going to actually end the game on victory point ships? Or am I supposed to be the guy that actually takes the guild hall, which is normally the best building, and then I just spam builder by building all these other things soon enough? Probably supposed to go for the guild hall strat here. It's just the guild hall's not very good at the moment. Is there any chance that I'm just building multiple big buildings this game? Because if I'm building multiple big buildings, it might be cleaner to just take a customs house for like 5 points and then take like a fortress for 5 points and a city hall for like 5 points. Yeah, it's not clear the guild hall's very good for me. I'm gonna claim that customs house has to be at least like 5 points this game for like almost everybody. Everybody's trying shipping strats. Nobody's trying a building strat at the moment. Long John is gonna finally get a sugar plantation going. That makes sense. Daddy Freud chooses not to build. That also makes sense. CS also goes for a small sugar without having a sugar plantation. I guess that was just a coin to it. Yeah, it was just a point to $1 there, so it makes enough sense. I get to ship a corn for a point. It's fine. I store some corn. Once craftsman gets taken, I can actually make a ton of corn again, so that's also fine. There's only 46 shipping points left, and we indeed are crafting right away again. CS is probably going to trade in tobacco here. I can't trade, which is unfortunate. That part's a little awkward here. This is a ton of money for CS again. CS has a pretty good guild hall game ready, so that's not ideal. Long John got very little corn there because I'm producing so much corn in front of him. Oh, actually, Long John doesn't make that much corn. All right, cool. Whatever, we'll see how this goes. Wow, Long John is not marrying. That's unexpected. I thought Long John would be marrying there. I will get crazy corn production ready. Crazy corn production ready. And then... yeah, I mean, this is fine. The only problem here is, like, Daddy Freud might just make an indigo boat here. Oh, wow, no, he's trading. Okay. Well, sure. I get to trade a corn here and then be ready to build another big building exactly as I wanted. And then I can now start well, CS might also make an indigo boat, but whatever. I will gladly trade a corn here. My position, I think, is still pretty good here then. I'm pretty happy about my position here. Like, the victory points are a little concerning. Like, I have 14. My opponents also, on average, have about 14 here. But I also have big buildings. I mean, CS is probably beating me. CS is still in a very good spot. Um,
Yeah, CS's position is still very good, but this is definitely an indigo boat. Yep, definitely an indigo boat. So I only can ship one indigo. All right, so I have the option to build here, but I don't really think I want to build here. Um, Crazy enough, I kind of think I want to craft and just make these 3 corn barrels. And then am I gonna get to actually ship the corn? That's unclear. I should not, never mind, I should not, I want to ship next round. I don't want anybody to craft and I want somebody to ship next round. So then I just settle here and finally get a sugar plantation. I just prospect for $2 more. Maybe I just prospect for $2 here. I continue to try to just leech off everybody else's actions, and I just continue to say that I can. Yeah, I'm just not really gonna help anybody here at the moment, and it's fine because I'm in a good spot. Sure, seems okay. Seems okay. So I have 15 points. My opponents have 49, split 3 ways. So on average, they're basically the same shipping points as me. That's a little concerning, but am I not tempted to build for a wharf big building? A little bit, but I don't think there was any reason for me to do so there because I'll just do like whoever takes the next build action, I will just I'm gonna build a big building here, right? I don't think I wanted an extra build action added to the cycle. I don't think that's good for me necessarily. So now should I prefer a certain big building here? Arguably, but honestly, not really. Like, this guild hall is just nobody's really doing a guild hall game here, and I'm pretty happy. Like, now somebody is going for a guild hall game, but it's way too late. Like, Daddy Freud taking guild hall here is completely not scary. So like now I just get a fortress or a city hall. Like I'm just gonna get like 5 point big buildings. Like I'm getting another big building here. That feels great. Like actually, all the big buildings are getting sucked right now. Like CS is gonna take like all these big buildings are gonna be gone right now, which is fine. So I build one now. Like I don't know. You might have gone wharf to get the wharf for grand. It's probably too late. It's definitely too late for the wharf. Yeah, I would not take wharf here. Um, Even if it was offered to me, I would not take wharf. I think it's way too late. There's only 36 shipping points left. My opponents have harbors. Like, it's tempting, but definitely too late. The goal is to just get a big building. And I could just wait till somebody else picked builder. And that's what I did. And now we're picking more mayor actions. Lovely, sure. How close is the game to actually ending? It's not. It's not close to ending. So I don't have to man my big buildings yet. I don't really have any use for these colonists. This is a pretty easy captain for me. Oh, actually awkward though. The one downside to captaining here is that while I do get this corn boat, the corn boat's not going to clear. And the corn boat not clearing means that I don't get to craft that much more corn, which is actually pretty awkward. If I don't take captain, does Long John captain here though? I think the answer is Long John does captain here. Anyhow. CS is saying he should have crafted. That would have been really nice for me. I would have loved that. I'm not sure CS was supposed to craft there. I think Mayor probably was actually still best for CS. Like, crafting is very kind to me. Probably excessively so. I don't think I'm captaining here. I think I'm assuming Long John is captaining. I guess captain gives me 1 extra point myself, though. Okay, captaining does give me an extra point. Points are good. Who am I kidding? I should just take the point. Okay, does Long John pick Craftsman here? And if he does, I get no corn. Oh, but he is taking Settler. Okay, wild. So all my corn plantation is turning a little unfortunate because the timing's not working well on it. But I think it's still okay here for me. Like I'm the only guy that wound up with 2 big buildings this game, right? So like I have 2 big buildings. We finally get our sugar plantation. Look at that. That sugar mill I built a while ago. The sugar mill turned out pretty bad, it turns out. The sugar mill probably was incorrect, although I think it was hard to know the game was going to play out like this. Actually, it was very hard to know the game was going to play out like this. Like, but some of my opponents have been doing very, very strange things. I do not understand my opponent's game plans at all. Which, hey, whatever. I mean, it does look okay for crafting here. Like, I'm at least getting these 3 corn barrels, and nobody else is getting, like, CS crafts here, or I craft here. And I think it's okay, because I get to open the next round with captaining regardless. CS is choosing builder, that's fine by me. I just want to build stuff like Hacienda and Construction Hut here. With City Hall, I get an extra bonus VP for each commercial building, which are these uncolored ones. And I have a quarry, so yeah, I just turn a point. I guess I take a construction hut. I might actually use a construction hut, maybe. CS builds a factory. This factory feels way too late and way too dubious to me, but whatever. Okay, am I crafting myself here? Is there actually a benefit to me crafting? Or am I just prospecting again? Okay, if I craft, I'm gonna ship literally nothing. Yeah, I ship literally nothing here if I craft. But I do ship stuff at the start of next round. And if I don't pick Craftsman here, these corn barrels are not getting produced by me. Okay. I think I am supposed to craft, actually. I'm not totally sure about this craft action, though, to be clear. It's uncertain this is good for me. It might be too kind to CS. But we'll see. Trader gets picked by Long John. That's fine by me. I literally do not care. Literally do not care. Oh, hey, I do get to ship 1 corn here, actually. I get to ship 1 corn here. Actually, okay, this craft action does look pretty good for me because nobody gets an insane number of ship points here. Well, except CS. CS actually gets quite a few ship points. Although maybe Daddy Freud doesn't even pick captain. Oh, that's actually fascinating. Daddy Freud might not pick captain here, and that would be fantastic for me. Because then I would get to open captain for 2 indigo, and I get this. Oh, yes. Daddy Freud, thank you. Yeah, alright. This is good. I get to ship this. I mean, CS does have a wharf, actually. CS has a wharf, so CS is also doing really well here. CS is doing very well off this, actually, now that I think about it. This wharf is turning really good for CS here, for just dumping all this indigo. But I'm still pretty content with this. These clear, my opponents have to craft again. When they craft, I'm getting all these corn. Will I actually get to captain all these corn before the game ends? That I don't know about. There's definitely a chance that I get blocked and I'm just gonna have a million corn that rot, but I mean we'll see. I also already have 23 ship points. I have 2 big buildings. I mean, CS is a little further ahead on direct building points, at least. I'll give him that. CS has a pretty sick fortress because he's taken quite a few mayor actions. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. It's already a 5-point fortress. It's probably going to be a 6 or 7-point fortress by the game end. Rolling out of bed to find board games. Yeah, hey, Heroic Logic, welcome. We've got a really funky Puerto Rico game going. Just really funky. Holy crap, do we have corn, by the way. Holy crap, do we have corn. I'm probably not getting to ship this corn, though. As I've said, it just looks really unlikely I get to ship corn here, unfortunately. Which is a bummer, but meh. Can't have it all. We can't have it all. Can't have it all. I will sell a corn here just because, again, the chance I actually get to captain this corn is pretty unlikely. So I'll take the money. I'll take the money. Again, money is like kind of useless at this point of the game. Like we've already exhausted most of everything. Like at this point, money is just getting me a couple more commercial buildings and producing some pretty good big buildings. I am gonna man my big buildings here. I don't wanna get caught with my pants down. Do I often go double market? It seems good, but you've never done it. I don't think I often go for it. I don't love going for it, but when the people in front of me get the cash crop set up early, and I think they're gonna trade a lot, and I think I can just freely leech off their trade actions by like always getting to trade corn or indigo, then I do kind of like going double market because yeah, I just get to trade cheap goods for still good money. And I never have to fight for like trade actions or worry about the tempo. I can mess around with everybody else. Anyhow, I don't know how to man the city. I guess this corn plantation does not need to be manned. Who am I kidding? I am not produce. I'm not. I'm never producing a million corn again. Actually, I'll construction hut even. This is fine. I'm never. I'm never getting to. I'm just never shipping all this corn particularly fast. Wow, we make a corn boat. Well, that's kind. That's a kindness I did not expect. Why are we not making a coffee boat? What? Why are we getting blocked on a coffee boat so that we can make a corn boat? Wait, because we're making a coffee boat anyhow and I get to ship another corn? What? What? What are these players doing? I don't understand. I don't understand. This is fantastic for me. This is hilariously good. What? Shipping points have exhausted, so the game ends. The game does end, but I have my fair share of shipping points and I have 2 big buildings? Like, I don't know. This feels fantastic. CS is going to take Mayor 100% of the time because of his fortress. I'm building a freaking university because the university is 3 points plus it's a bonus point because of my customs house. I have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have a 7-point city hall. I have a 6-point customs house. So I mean, I have 13 bonus points and a pretty good share of the shipping. I mean, CS maybe still has beat me. It's possible CS still beats me here, but anyhow, CS takes Mayor. Yep, because the people are good for him. And the game is over, so I just prospect here. Prospect gives me 2 tiebreaker, and crafting. Yeah, crafting gives other people way more tiebreaker, so I just prospect again. All right, how much shipping points did CS accumulate? That's going to determine if we win or lose. Long John also had 26, Daddy Freud had 25. CS does not have enough shipping points to beat me, I don't think. 26? Yeah, I think that's a clean win for me. CS gets to 55, but I have 13 bonus points and get to 57 and still win. We did it, team. We still won. Even with the weird stuff that we did, still have the win. All right, what a weird game. What a weird game, actually. I'm really actually excited about getting this win. I also kind of thought CS was in a better position for a lot of the game. Um, I actually wonder if CS's Wharf was the mistake here. I wonder if CS is supposed to have multiple big buildings himself. I wonder if this is supposed to be a guild hall and a fortress and then more production buildings. Like, look at how much money CS sank into Wharf, Factory, University. It might have been better for CS to wind up with the multiple big buildings, even if it cost them shipping points. But it turns out that me not going for a harbor or a wharf or a factory also worked out pretty well this game. Like, this is a very weird winning board, to be fair. Like, I only produced corn and indigo all game, but I managed to be the only one with 2 big buildings at the end of the game. And even without a harbor or a wharf, I wound up with the same shipping points as everybody else. This is the power of corn, everybody. Corn requires so few people. It requires so little infrastructure. And it just ships for tons of points. Regardless, this game was super funky. Red and green were doing very weird things. Red in particular was doing very weird things. I mean, by the end game here, Red's board looks kind of coherent. It's just like, if this was the game you were trying for as Red, why did you open the game Prospector instead of for a quarry? Why did you like do all these other things? Like, I definitely got benefited a bit here, but yeah, it was what a weird one. What a weird one. Getting the win here feels good though. Like, this I don't think a lot of people would necessarily have played how I did here in order to get the win. Like, this is a weird winning board. I'm pretty happy and proud of this one. Um Anyhow, yeah, to answer the question a little more though, like, looking back on this game, right? Like, this large market was a very early purchase. Instead of a tobacco or coffee, I decided to just go large market for money this game rather than trying to fight the coffee and tobacco games. And I originally thought I was gonna, yeah, build indigo and sugar and be making some corn, some indigo, some sugar, and have pretty good options for trading. And originally I thought I would go for a harbor game off that, but I just got so much corn and I got so blocked on the sugar, I wound up not going for the harbor even when I had the option to. And because I could tell the game had a lot of money, I wound up saving my money for faster big buildings, and then I wound up being the only player with multiple big buildings. And then all this extra money people had at the end, I mean, mostly CS, but CS's extra money got dumped into a late factory and university for, I mean, decent points, but probably needed to convert that money sooner, but I don't know. It was a weird game in Puerto Rico, but it was a fun win there. Yeah, I feel good about that one. This is where WBC disappoints me, though. Like, I feel I've become pretty good at Puerto Rico. I mean, I think there are still people that are better than me, but even at a table of like otherwise pretty good players, I think I still have like a small edge. I think I understand the game at like a pretty good level now. And it was just so sad. At WBC, I wound up at a table where there was one other player who I think was also really good, probably is my equal, and he was sitting right in front of me. And there were 2 other people kind of like this that were doing slightly wrong things. And gosh, like, not only was the other strong player playing well and right in front of me so that he could kind of control me, but the other players also just gifted him in ways that I completely disagree with. Like, holy smokes, did they take craft and trade or whatever actions at the wrong time? Like, my opponent at WBC in the semifinals got to build an early coffee or tobacco. I don't remember which, but like, he got an early cash crop up, And then my opponents just like willfully helped him produce and trade it, which is crazy. Like, most of my early strategy this game was just blocking the people that had big buildings from trading, or like cash crops from trading, right? I did lots of annoying things to slow down the early money in the game, and I just instinctively think that's correct. But anyhow, have I played Barrage? You've been enjoying that a lot. I haven't actually played Barrage yet. I know a lot of people have said really good things about it. There's a lot of people that like it. I'm a little bit of a curmudgeon lately, and I looked at Barrage in person and I was just like, ugh, I don't know. It looks like a lot, but I partly have accepted I'm a curmudgeon about games now, so I don't know. Um, Anyhow, you missed the game. Playing anything else? Yeah, I probably am playing something else. And hey, Gonzo, you're alive. Hello, Gonzo. What we really need to do, Gonzo, is we have to actually follow up. You cashed in channel credits like 2 freaking months ago already, right? So we should probably schedule or figure out that Lord of the Rings time. Um, Anyhow, Puerto Rico is weird when playing with people that don't understand the game because they can literally hand the win to somebody else. Yeah, I mean Puerto Rico. Look, Puerto Rico has strong turn order binding and issues. Um, Puerto Rico also does have a little bit of kind of runaway leader type things, which is a bit of what happened in my game too. Like, you have to be really careful in Puerto Rico to not let somebody get too much money too quickly. Um, but that's what happened in like my WBC semifinal. It was just really annoying to watch. Like, for some reason they let him build I think it was coffee, but let's just say it was coffee. They let my opponent build an early coffee, and then they helped him produce and trade said coffee, so he got more money. He then leveraged that money into being able to get up an early tobacco, so he really couldn't be blocked on cash crop trading. And he wound up getting an early factory set up pretty early too. So anytime people craft, he also is getting money. And it just accelerates from there, right? Like, you can't stop him from earning money. You can't stop him from trading for money. He just is he has money and the rest of us don't. And it's just like there's no avenue to victory anymore. Like, the only hope would be that you could outproduce him and you could outship him, but the problem was like there wasn't a lot of corn plantations coming out, and so no, you can't outproduce him and outship him. And my opponents weren't helping me on that front anyhow, by the way, because again, we were, for some reason, we were trading and helping the guy like build. It was just baffling. Like, it was obviously the wrong actions in my opinion. I mean, they were reasonably strong players, like, but it was not expert level play, but oh well. There's a little too strong a meta in Puerto Rico for you to really dive into it hard. You enjoy a casual game here and there. Yeah, I don't actually think. I don't think. Oh, I think Puerto Rico is remarkably well balanced. Don't get me wrong. Puerto Rico is a very good game. It just has turn order issues. Like, there's some pretty strong turn order binding, and so you need to like have a really excellent game of Puerto Rico. You need to have a bunch of people that like really understand Puerto Rico. You need, but I mean, this happens. Admittedly, this happens in all games, right? Terra Mystica I love too, but Terra Mystica also has like a pretty big issues with like weak players can like really throw the game. Like, it's just all games have kind of skill disparity can really matter if you have pretty high player interaction. So I mean, whatever. Um, but yeah, there was some weird stuff. I'm just really confused though, because in my opinion, like the once you start getting pretty good at Puerto Rico, I feel like the thing you should understand is to not help the person that gets early tobacco or early coffee going. You have to make sure that you make their lives hard. You cannot make it easy for early coffee and early tobacco players to produce and trade said coffee and tobacco. You gotta make that hard. You gotta make getting money hard early on in Puerto Rico. If you let somebody make a bunch of money easily in Puerto Rico early, they will crush you if they're a good player. So that's just what was baffling. My semifinal, it was magic. Scott was the guy that beat me. Scott played it arguably perfectly, to be fair. It's not clear to me Scott made a single mistake. I might have lost to him anyhow, even if it was a fair game. But my other two opponents at the table, just the actions they took, I'm like, wow, okay, so we've decided that Scott's gonna win this game. Apparently, was what we decided. Like, I don't know when that agreement happened, but it was at times hard to imagine how they could like be picking actions that benefited Scott more than they were. Like, it was just like they were almost I'm exaggerating a bit. To be fair, what it really was is they were making reasonable enough moves, but anytime they were deciding between like multiple reasonable options, they were picking the option that was better for Scott. Like, almost always. And I'm just like, what's happening here? Like, why? How is this happening? Why are we letting the game break so well for him? Like, they weren't taking moves that were like obviously bad for them. They were taking moves that were reasonably good for them and were very good for Scott still. Like, that's what kept happening though. And so yeah, it was just that game at WBC drove me nuts. Like, that one was tough. But anyhow, oh well. Strange to see people do that in a semifinal. Yeah, exactly. It was a little strange, but it's fine. Puerto Rico is your third favorite game ever. It's very well balanced. Accidentally king making someone happens frequently with new players. Yeah, yeah. I mean, again, like honestly, all games have some issues with like new players throwing it to others. Puerto Rico a little more strongly than others, to be fair. Um, but whatever. Puerto Rico is a really good game. Anyhow, how was the Terra Mystica fan faction game yesterday? Worth watching the VOD? Yeah, I think so. I think it was a pretty cool game. The only thing I'll say about the Terra Mystica fan faction game yesterday is much like we're discussing now. There was one weaker player at the table who wound up on Dark Leads and did pretty dubious things. Like, it wasn't like awful, and they didn't throw the game that much because they kind of were dark leads and they kind of just went into their corner and did their own thing. Um, but them being in the corner doing their own thing admittedly made the initial auction probably a little different. But I think, yeah, the people playing fan factions were me, Raphael, and Anup. And I think the three of us put on a pretty interesting game with some interesting stuff. So, yeah, I don't know. I think it's worthwhile. Um, you wish there was a more consolidated view of the fan factions. The only thing is the thread on BGG that drips them out. Yeah, that's actually a great point, Gonzo. I still don't think they've done like a consolidated document of the fan factions, right? Maybe somebody on BGG has? Um, wait a sec. Yeah, this might be what you actually want. So these don't have the player boards, but they have the rules at least. Whoops. I should send you that link. Yeah, I mean that was pretty good. So I mean, ultimately, whatever. Here, the files page looks like they have this looks pretty good. This has all the boards, so I'll just yeah. This looks pretty good. Anyhow, Gonzo, when should we be Lords of the Ringing? That's the real question. We should get that Lord of the Rings thing figured out. I actually should really learn that site again, but um okay. Um all right, we might be stone aging everybody. You're easy. You have a toddler, so you don't do much. Okay. maybe you'll join a Stone Age game in a minute. Well, the table's open. You do need to be a strong player and have good reputation, but that's not that hard to achieve. So, okay. Yeah, I have a bit of time still this morning, so I might Stone Age here. I potentially could even do something a bit longer, so maybe I will. Um, or maybe we'll watch, maybe we'll watch me all mess around with the Lord of the Rings interface right now. I have no idea. That's one option. Oh, Simon is here though. We'll see if we can get an actual Stone Age game in. Um, What else was I thinking? Oh yeah. Anyhow, I'll try to actually schedule a Lord of the Rings time, but that'd be good actually. I was just saying yesterday in the Terra Mystica fan factions, like I don't really have any true gaming goals at the moment particularly. I'm just kind of having fun wandering around playing a variety of games. I was possibly even gonna learn like Arnak or something or Barrage. To be fair, there is quite a Barrage group at the moment. It's supposedly a pretty good game. I I don't, gosh, every time I look at Barrage, though, I'm uncertain. But it's partly because I'm just such a curmudgeon about learning new games nowadays, especially these like 2 hour games that are kind of heavy and wild, but like, all right. But my friends do suggest that it's very good. And they are suggesting that the player interaction is quite high, which is also very encouraging. But then there's some of my friends that suggest it's not very good, who I also value their opinions a lot. All right, maybe I have to try. I probably have to at least try Barrage someday. But okay. Once I get familiar with like 4 to 5 of the core hotkeys, Dragon cards, it becomes very intuitive. Yeah, I played a little bit on Dragon cards, honestly, way in the back when you told me to start doing this. Like I think it's not that bad, but would I play Twilight Inscription if you redeem points for it? It's supposed to be a roll and write based on Twilight Imperium. Didn't they announce that at WBC? I doubt they announced that at WBC. To be clear, WBC was around the same time as Gen Con. I'm gonna guess the answer is Gen Con. With that said, I would think hard about it. Like I maybe would, but the problem is I probably have to go to Tabletop Simulator, and going to Tabletop Simulator makes me cringe most of the time. I would rather not wind up at Tabletop Simulator. So, also, like, it's a game that doesn't actually exist yet, right? Like, or did Twilight? I don't know enough about it. Is Twilight Inscription actually a thing I can go buy? Do they actually like? Is there a legit way to? Okay, see, it looks like it's pre-order at the moment. I also probably won't actually stream a game that isn't actually out yet. Tabletop Simulator lives in a very funky. Yeah. So, okay, so to be clear, it's on Tabletop Simulator, but TTS exists in a very weird state of legality, and I don't actually feel great about it most of the time. I very much like BGA's system. BGA allows premium games to pay back the designers. They get licensing fees. Like, I feel much better about playing things there. Tabletop Simulator, I not only hate the interface, I also don't really like the kind of skeevy nature of it. I think there's a lot of publishers and designers that don't really want their games on TTS, and people are using copyrighted assets without permission, which, if it's for your own private use, is totally fine. But like, I don't own a copy of Twilight Inscription. I don't know a friend that owns a copy of Twilight Inscription. If the publisher hasn't made a legit path for me to be able to play Twilight Inscription, I don't feel great about downloading all the game and assets and then playing and streaming it. That doesn't jive well for me. Hey, Deranged, how did your stream go? How did your stream go? I noticed you were streaming this morning. I booted up a Terra Mystica Fan Factions game, and then I started looking around, and all of a sudden I was like, oh wait, I think Deranged is streaming Terra Mystica. I'm like, oh, okay. I'm gonna play something else. Yeah, you ninja'd me. Alright, it looks like Simon's quitting. Yeah, I think we're probably not playing Stone Age. We're probably not playing Stone Age. Oh, except this table doesn't require experts. So this table might actually fill up, and it doesn't require good reputation. So we'll try quick. But you would have played my fan faction. Your arena queue popped immediately. Dang, yeah. No, I mean that's fine. Deranged is streaming? Oh yeah, Deranged streams Terra Mystica. If you guys don't follow Deranged, you absolutely should. He's a good streamer. He's fun. I don't always watch because he's streaming at weird times for me, or it's like these mornings where I also want to stream. But yeah. Anyhow, you buy games that you play on Tabletop Simulator. Yeah, I mean that's fine. Like whatever. Tabletop just lives in a weird little spot. So, Deranged also. Um, Deranged. You did win the game, Earth One, baby. Oh, gross, puke. But no, it's fine. Earth One is good sometimes. I also, spoiler alert, took Earth One in my game yesterday and won with it. But to be clear, it was not a round one Earth One. We don't play like that. We don't play like that around here. But um, anyhow, Deranged. I found out, or I assume, well, actually, just looking at your profile, you clearly have Prime, Deranged. Apparently, if you're a Prime, like if you have your Prime linked to your Twitch, that's why your VODs save longer than 2 weeks. It's because your VODs save longer because you have Prime. But I don't have Prime. I don't have a use for Amazon Prime, except apparently it would save my Twitch VODs longer, which is nice, but I will live with 2 weeks on my Twitch VODs. But yeah, it's not a setting. I can't change it. The only way I could change it is signing up for Amazon Prime. 5 gifted subs if I take Earth 3 first and win the game. I mean, look, if I was at a weak table, I might be able to do that, but I would feel dirty about it, so. You had no idea. Prime is also what allows you to randomly sub to some Twitch channels at times. Yeah. I mean, your Prime, for people that don't know, if you link your Prime, you do get to, yeah, you get to sub to somebody like once a month for effectively free, which is pretty sweet. Um, Simon, if you're still hanging around, there's this other table that could use you. Oh, but I did not tell Simon in time, so Simon loses out. Sorry, Simon. All right, you get one Prime sub a month. Nice. It doesn't renew, so it frees up each month. Gotcha. Okay, cool. Anyhow, we are in a Stone Age game. We have third seats, and the strong player at the table is indicating that they are going to probably go for a starvation strat. So that's a little annoying because I don't like fighting starvation players early, but that looks like what we're doing. Looks like we're fighting starvation strats early. It's okay watching. It's as fun as playing. That's fair. Do I like any of the expansions for Stone Age? I don't. Not really. I don't know. I'm pretty much a base fan of most stuff. Okay, question. Do we go for 3 wood here? 3 people on wood in order to get a shot at taking this on the wheel? If we said 3 people and then we go here, we need to roll at least an 8 or better on 3 dice. We have the tool to make it easier. Oh, and we're probably getting a random item. So this is actually pretty likely for us. I'm going to send 3 guys here. Technically, red could block it, except red's already buying a card. Green could also block it, but I just think I think this is pretty safe, actually. I think we send 3 people on wood, and then we come back. This card comes with a permanent agriculture. In round 1, that agriculture is still worth a lot, so I think it's worth paying up to get this card. Normally, I don't like going for 3-cost cards in round 1. I don't think they're often worth it. But positionally here, I think this is probably a time where I'm supposed to. I think it's pretty likely I can afford it, so. And worst case, if I get blocked, I just go roll food. Rolling food here is fine if that's what I have to settle for. Starvation strats are the corn rush of Stone Age. Yeah, kind of. It's a little annoying to watch starvation strats early because I don't actually think starvation's that strong if the other players respond correctly. But with the other players being slightly dubious, I'm a little concerned. Little concerned it's going to go too well for yellow, but we'll try to make yellow's life hard on the starvation front as well as we can. Um, like, if green opens farm next round, I will value taking the person over the tool just to make sure that yellow doesn't actually get it. Is starvation the Earth One rush of Stone Age? Maybe, but I don't even think it's that common. And it's also tough because like only one person can actually starvation strat. If multiple people try to starve, it just does not go well. In my opinion. Like it can occasionally be okay, but we'll see. Anyhow, we'll see how it goes. I mean, to be fair, we can beat it. We also can just beat a starvation player even without doing anything funky. Is the JFG strat. Starvation is the just fucking gross strat. Yeah, that's literally what it is. It literally is the just grow. But wow, they're taking a card. I don't agree with this. I'm just taking a farm. I hope red blocks people rather than blocks tool. Good. Okay. That makes it harder for yellow to run a starvation strat here. But I'm not above just taking the farms early. Taking early farms is just too good. I don't know. I'm not messing around here. I'm just gonna do good normal stuff and hope starvation strat doesn't beat me, and I'll try to make starvation life a little hard on that front, and hopefully it goes well. I do think double toolmaker cards are pretty good on average. I just don't think I would value it over a farm in round 2. Like this farm produces at least like 9 food, which is 18 pips worth of stuff. Like I don't know. It's hard. It's hard for me to think these cards are better. Is this card worthwhile? Is a fun question for me to ask myself, though. Do I want to be going for a civilization card strat? It would seem green is not trying for civilization cards. Green is trying very hard for tool makers and then taking tools in front of me. So yeah, let's claim this card's okay. We already got one symbol. Who got the other symbol, though? Green got the other symbol, right? Wait, green already has one of these symbols. So is green going to fight civilization cards on us in the future, actually? I should have maybe thought about that longer. I think that impacts a little bit of how good of a decision this is, but whatever. We've made this decision now. Now we can't change. Looks like I'm going to go produce bricks here, which is fine. Go make some brick. Next round is probably take another farm. Yeah, probably open next round with another farm. Hope that red takes people again instead of tool. Oof. Oof. That's, I mean, I had good luck in round 1, but that was trash luck in round 2. Bad early luck is not good. Green is already out of it. Oh, wow, green couldn't even buy this card. Wait a sec. Wow, yeah, green couldn't even afford this card. Yeah, that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. Alright, I just take another farm. Or am I taking this double dual maker card? Does that ever make sense here? Nah, screw it. I just take more farms. I just take more farms. Infrastructure early. Infrastructure early. I'm also pretty likely to get this card on the wheel. Like, excellent red. Thank you, red. Red actually understands how to play against potential starvers. Lovely. We get another card. I'm going to have to pay for this card in brick. That part's not ideal. I would like to roll for wood, but I'm not going to get to roll for wood here, probably. Although, maybe. These players really don't need more wood at the moment. These players might start fighting for other stuff or food. Oh, love to see that. Gosh, if I actually get wood back here, that would be very kind. It's really not clear this player needs wood, though. Yeah, they're going for a hut. Lovely. Is this player actually going to starve on 6 people? Like, ugh. Ugh. All right, we get 3 people on wood, though. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. All right, this is fine. Yellow is almost ready to fence. That's true. Yellow is almost ready to fence. We better watch out. All right. The answer is yes. Yellow is 100% starving. Yellow is starving. All right. We produce wood, and we roll well on wood at least. So our guys just suck at making bricks. Our guys are terrible brick makers. I get another farm. All right. So we're fed forever. Yellow is trying for a super fast game. You don't like how he is playing. I don't like how Yellow's playing either. I don't understand. Yellow is probably just going to eat wood. I don't think Yellow is eating wood. I think Yellow's going to starve here. My expectation is Yellow starves here over eating wood. There's no reason to roll 4 gold. You do not roll 4 gold here if you're actually going to feed your people. I agree. He's absolutely starving. There's no way that he's going to eat wood. Each farm feeds 1 or 2 people. It just feeds one. It produces 1 food. But that's what I mean. I'm essentially fed forever. Like, yeah, he only rolled 1 gold. He did starve, by the way. He took his negative 10 points, though, which was pretty expected. He finally gets a person, but gosh, he is leaning hard into this. I will scoop another card. These cards kind of suck, but this card's at least good for me. So, then this building looks okay for me. I try to build it in wood and stone. I really like buildings that cost 5 resources. It's just more efficient. You get to turn 5 things into points at once rather than 3 things into points at once. So, like, same for yellow. I actually don't know why yellow wants this building over this building. I guess this building stack also speeds the game up, potentially. But this seems a bad round for me. Being fourth with bad cards is annoying. I mean, you have a smiley face there, but I obviously was only getting 1 pick of cards. Like, this is actually a pretty dang good flip for me, right? I got a card that I'm pretty happy with for one, and the other cards I don't care about. All right, the real thing is I do want this building, but I also want to be rolling more wood. So I'm just gonna send 3 guys to wood, and then I probably get this building back. Actually, red also likes this building quite a bit. Uh, if I don't get that building, that's fine. I'll live. Does starvation even work if you get blocked on people constantly? No, no, it doesn't. If you get blocked on people constantly, you're gonna suffer a lot. But I mean, yellow is at least getting to 7 people, while green takes that building. Well, that's unfortunate. I mean, that's a good move by him. I'll go try to get a brick. Um, starvation definitely can kind of work even on like 6 people, but you definitely want more like 7 or 8 people. But like he's starting to get to 7 or 8 people. Wow, there's too many farms in the game. Too many farms in the game. Will yellow even take a farm here, or will yellow just take the wood? Wow, yellow did take the wood. All right, sure, sure thing, buddy. I guess I would like to grow my family at this point because growing my family doesn't even cost me food because food is cheap. Too many farms in the game. More food for the food god. Yeah. Like this is part of why starvation I think can also get pretty rough. Like nobody actually needs to fight for food, so there's just way too many people on the board. Like nobody needs to go to this space, and so like there's so many people going everywhere. I think it's rough, but we'll see. No one has food problems. This will be a really fast game because everybody's gonna everybody can build lots of cards. Exactly. Everybody can so that'll be rough for Starving Boy. But I need to actually start making points. And I still can't produce bricks, so that's unfortunate, but I'm good at making wood. Alright, we definitely need to start getting good buildings. You have to start valuing points already. Yes. I definitely need points very badly. Um, these cards kind of suck. I mean, double hut builder card is at least decent, but yeah, it's gone. The starver wants it too bad. I would grow my family or take a tool here. Um, growing my family is already mildly dubious, I guess, but it doesn't cost me food. These future actions are good. And there's not a lot I can do here. Yeah, there's not a lot of good stuff to do here. I guess this card was alright too, single hut builder, but the food just doesn't matter. There's so much food. So much food. Yellow might actually take this card and feed this round. Yeah, yellow is gonna feed this round. Alright, all of that gets taken, that's fine. You're learning the iconography. Does that hut require 4 different types of materials? That's correct. This hut's kind of ridiculous. This hut actually can only be built in one way. It requires 4 things of 4 different types. So it has to cost a wood, brick, stone, and gold. But the iconography shows it that way, obviously. So, okay, what do we do here? I finally go gather some brick and actually succeed, hopefully. I guess I just sent 3 people to make bricks. This tool, by the way, has also turned out pretty useless. I'm not sure this tool has done more than save us once. But this is where having a few more people and spreading out your chances to use the tool also increases how good the tool actually is. So, we'll see. Not having any huts built yet is a little unfortunate, and my cards are only good if the game goes long enough that I actually get the other cards. The upshot is nobody else is building a set yet. I'm the only player actually trying to build a set. The downside is the card row might not move that fast this game because like nobody's even cares about this card this round. And nobody really is going to care about this card much. So No tool can save 3 dice that read 112. Well, yeah, I mean, that's admittedly part of the problem. The roll for brick in the past was just garbage, but and I also just haven't rolled that many dice this game yet. Like, it's just not been a thing I've been doing, so. Yellow is going to be fed this round after building these things. Yellow has at least 3 hut builders in his deck. And what was the other card Yellow bought this game? Did Yellow buy the double toolmaker card? Sure would be good if I could actually remember these things. Is Yellow fed? Yellow's gonna eat a wood. You can eat 1 resource, so that's definitely what Yellow's gonna do. Gosh, my guys still kind of suck at making brick. Don't they need 7 food? Yes, they need 7 food, but you can eat resources one to replace a missing food. So yellow will eat 1 wood and 6 food here, so they're not actually starving this round. But it's only because their cards came with food that they're choosing to not starve. This building is fantastic. Being able to convert 7 resources at once would be really handy here. I would really like this building. We'll see if green values it, but I would love to be able to dump a ton of resources this round into points, and I do get to. Thank you. Thank you. You only know this game from watching me play it. Gotcha. Okay. Anyhow, this is good for me. I'm pretty happy with this. This card normally is pretty good because 7 food is great, but I just have no need for 7 food. I also don't really care about this card. Like, screw the card row again. I just don't. I can't be brought to care. I think I'm just rolling a bunch of gold and then dumping it into a building that makes a ton of points. Mostly try to save wood for future cards. Maybe I split guys up and try to maximize the use of the tool. That seems kind of dumb though, right? Just roll 5 guys on gold, right? Just roll 5 guys on gold here. I don't actually know what the right strategy is, but gosh, I don't know. When I have slightly more tools, trying to split up the tool usage often makes sense, but I guess I just accept that this tool is not doing much for me this game. Do I ever 4 guys in gold and try to get the other hut, or am I only allowed to buy 1 hut at a time? I could try for another hut. That's also that would have been an option, Gonzo. I could have tried for building 2 huts this round. But I don't know that that's actually that good for me here. Like, let's suppose I tried to also get on this hut, right? Let's suppose I tried to get on this hut. I mostly get to spend a bunch of extra wood here. I guess that's okay. But I'm already planning on dumping most things. I might also choose to try to save, like, saving a brick, a stone, and a gold for future rounds is also reasonable. You were thinking the 18-point hut. Okay, so the reason that I think the 18-point hut is probably not the right call is because, like, this hut is most efficient when I dump 7 resources into it, right? Again, I'm using 1 guy, but I get to convert 7 resources. Whereas, like, this hut requires 1 dude, and I only get to convert 3 resources. But can I actually make use of spending 11 resources this round? Maybe, I guess. It was conceivable, I suppose, actually. It wasn't. I already have 9 as long as I roll 2 gold with 4 guys. Okay, yeah, actually, maybe I should have gone for both huts. It depends on how many multipliers you have on huts. Well, okay, that's true too, Simon. If you get a bunch of hut multipliers, then it makes way more sense to split up huts. But I don't have hut multipliers. Buying the 1 to 7 with 1 wood is funny. It is funny. Wow, nobody even took this card this round. Wow, so the card row is totally stalling. What a weird round, actually. We have so many people. Nobody's even building that hut. What a weird round. Wow, my guys suck at gold also. Only 2 gold here. Boo. All right. Do I save one of each of the other things? I think the answer is I do just save one of everything. That leaves me open to this hut. It leaves me open to take other opportunities on future huts. I think that's probably best, but I'm not actually sure. You were thinking gamble on getting 2 gold and then spend 11 resources in 2 huts. Yeah, I think that might have been good here, Gonzo, actually. I mean, looking at my resources, that seems pretty good, although now here's another great hut for me. This is another very good hut to build here. It also helps make the game be faster, which makes it harder for Starvation Strat Dude to do well. Although my card set is looking very bad here because the card row is not actually moving. But because the cards suck still, I don't care about the cards. I just want this building. I still just don't have to worry about food. I don't have multipliers on this other stuff. But yeah, these cards are turning out pretty bad for me, which is unfortunate. If the card row would move a little faster, if anybody else was actually trying to make a set, or if they needed food, that would help matters. But yellow is going to actually grow their family. I think yellow growing their family is very dubious when the game could only have 2 rounds after this. Yellow doesn't want a long game. How does yellow plan to win a not long game? I mean, yellow all of a sudden is doing this, which makes me feel like yellow does want a long game now, but what do I know? I would like another gold for this building, so we said 3 people to make a gold is safe. Does that even actually make a lot of sense? It really doesn't. I probably just want a bunch of wood for later. Oh, also there's a tool available? Do I want a tool? There's 3 rounds left, so the tool is maybe 3 pips. It also really annoys green, who's trying to build up stuff. Sure, I have time for a tool. Red should want that with 8 guys and 5 food production. I don't know what that. Oh, I see. Red should want the long game. Red wants the long game because they have so many family members and because they have such good food production that they just have so many actions. And so yellow's not going to do well in a long game. Okay. Also, yellow should kind of want this card, right? I mean, it's 7 food yellow. This is basically 10-point card for you. 10-point card plus a symbol. So it's like an 11-point card. 11-point card is pretty good. How dedicated is he to starving? We'll find out. Okay, I now have 2 tools at least, but I only have 4 guys. I just dump them all into wood. We build up extra wood for the future. We build this hut with all of our resources. Sure. Sure, that's what we'll do. And then we're going to hope that the card row actually updates and becomes decent. This could be a very fast game, right? I was 3rd seat initially, so this is round 7. We could have a 9-round game here. 9-round games are pretty freaking fast. Red takes this, and so has infinite food. I think this is actually a missed opportunity by yellow. I think 7 food is just actually quite a good card. But, well, again, what do I know? What do I know? Yellow is only sending 1 person out for gold. Oh, but they have a temporary tool. Okay, that gold's pretty guaranteed for yellow. And then yellow needs some stone here. Yellow could get a little screwed on this hut with bad rolls. Yellow is starving again this round and barely producing points. I really think yellow is not having a good game. Which, based on their rating, they should. Wowzers, my guys suck at rolling again all of a sudden, though. We've had a kind of rough game in terms of dice rolls, which might also make us suffer a little here. Like, we've not done terrible on dice rolls, but we're definitely below average, I'm pretty sure. Like, I've had a couple pretty good wood rolls, and then just lots of garbage rolls on everything else, and that was just a garbage roll. So that's not encouraging, but what is encouraging is that my opponents are highly valuing like double guys, which is normally the correct thing. But if this game actually goes 9 rounds because this hut stack gets drilled, if this game is a 9-round game, those double things are not that strong. Do I even want a food? Do I even want a farm? I'm not scoring farms. I want resources, right? There's not enough time in this game for me to care about this farm. I'll pass it along. There's just too many farms in the game. I don't need all this food. Red doesn't need all this food. Red might have some farmer multipliers, to be fair. I don't know. Like, they might have farmer multipliers, but if this is actually a 9-round game, like, there's engine building up all these, trying to get all these multipliers, there's just not enough time. You need points. Points are what you need. I would really like to see this building get built. I really want a 9-round game at this point, I think. I don't think I want the game to be long. This card is good for me. So I do like this card. I like this building. I think these are my goals this round. Try to get this card in this building. Wood, brick, stone is not a great building, but I just want to make sure somebody builds it. I want to make sure the game is kind of short. These players are going to do better than me in a longer game. It's going to mean that like all of yellow's hut builders start to become even stronger the longer the game goes. None of that sounds good for me. So I want a short game. I also do want this card. I just don't think anybody else wants this card. Nobody else has been building up a set yet. So I think I'm going to go for this. It means that I need a brick. But I can produce a brick. Wow, somebody does want that card though. Okay, well that's a bit of a bummer. Red has only one other card thus far, right? Maybe I haven't been tracking Red's purchasing very well, but I don't think Red has any other card. Can I produce a brick though? I mean, I've not been great at it. Why does Red want this card? This is an 8-point card with two stone dice roll. How is Red want this card over this? I guess Red is getting this card back because I'm not taking it, right? Yeah, I don't think I can afford to take that, but oh, that was actually a big bummer. I did not think Red wanted that card. I'm actually really surprised about this. Am I supposed to block this card from red and yellow? The problem is, like, I can't realistically buy this card and this building, right? But this card is pretty good. It comes with 2 people rolling stone, and it costs 3 resources, but it comes with 2 dudes, essentially. Like, 2 stone action. It comes with, like, well, it comes with, like, 1.5 stone back. And it scores well. Ugh. I don't want to give this card up to others. I also need to make sure I don't get blocked on brick. Red needs more brick also. So I guess I should just not get blocked on brick. You think I can block it? I think I have to not get blocked on brick, actually, the more I think about this. Like, red had to send dudes to brick. And yellow probably isn't sending guys to brick, but also, like, could've. I could maybe get both. Maybe. I think I had to not get blocked on brick here. I think this is what I had to do. But I'm just really surprised red wanted this card. I really think red was supposed to want this card and I was supposed to get this, and we both were happier. But I guess I'm getting this option back? No, green takes it of everybody. Alright, well whatever. Then I just roll some wood. It's just, that's very weird valuation by red to me. Like, it's a complete misread of how long the game is, right? There's just no rounds left. Red has at best, red has 2 symbols in the deck. Like, why take this card over this? Ugh. Green blocked for us? Yeah, green blocking for us is nice. I mean, this is not a great round for me, though. Like, I'm only producing 1 thing here, and it's not that many points. Like, that's not good. Getting blocked on this is just, yeah, making me kind of mad, though. Like, ugh, this is gross. This happens all the time to me in Stone Age, though. I'm always like, oh, we should all play slightly friendlier. We all take cards and things that we want more. But other people in this game seem to have very blocky mindsets. And maybe I need to be more blocky, but like, I don't know. Intuitively to me, in all these types of Euro games, like all of us choosing a route. Oh, I'm getting handed a brick here anyhow. Well, okay, so it doesn't matter how bad my people roll. But anyhow, like in every Euro game, like if I can give an opponent a couple of points and I also gain a couple of points, I should make that trade with everybody at the table and I'm better off, right? Like red would be better off with having this card instead of this card. Like, right? That's just not even question. Wow, red can't even build this card? Oh my god, red put a person couldn't even build that card. What a gross. I'm going to roll an 18 here. I'm going to finally get a million brick, even though I don't need it. That does seem likely, doesn't it? Does seem likely. Yellow is going to get this double hut builder card at the start of next round. That's gross. I don't like seeing that either. I don't like seeing that from yellow. Oh, I get another brick even. Look at that. So many bricks. But yeah, it looks like yellow's getting handed that card. Because red didn't have enough resources for it. But I mean, red has... Ugh. Ugh. I'm in big trouble here, team. Trying to go for a set and then not getting handed the rest of that set easily is a big problem. You had to take a break from Terra because people would essentially throw their own game to block you for no reason. It's super frustrating. Yeah, that's pretty annoying. Some people just have way more blocky mindsets. I agree. And it just doesn't work in most of these multiplayer Euros, though. It's just not the right mindset. You'll generally win more games by being friendly. Like going out of your way to block is not particularly good. I think red is just much better off if they're on this card and they ignore this nonsense, but bleh. It's frustrating the opposite direction because they're so terrified of getting blocked. Yeah, that's rough for Terra Mystica. I definitely agree. I've played some Terra Mystica with games where they just want to stay so far away from each other. But I agree that really blends into the next way. Hey, Gonzo's correct. Gonzo is correct. It wasn't quite an 18, but my people have learned how to roll. My people have learned how to roll way too late. Way too late. Wow, triple hut builder card comes out. This is the final round of the game. Somebody is building this 1 to 7 hut. This is not great. I really would like this one. Okay, I at least get the 1 to 7 hut. That's a kindness. That is a kindness. I can at least dump a lot of these resources. But yeah, this is not looking particularly well for me. I only have 16 points on my cards. I know for a fact my opponents have better card points than that. The fact this card row kind of stalled out and that the card row is not flipping a lot of things for me is all bad news. I'm probably not getting this hut here, although maybe I am. Green maybe can't afford this hut. I would really like another hut here. I don't have enough good things to be doing. I'd love this hut. Okay, I do get this hut at least. That's something. That is something. I could even debate this card still. This card's a 9-point card that comes with 2 gold. Okay, this card's actually pretty good for me still too. But red is taking it. God. Why does red want to set so late? Why? Oh, I guess red can also do the same thing I'm doing though, actually. This is 2 gold and some points for red. Alright, fair enough, red. Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, I need a stone pretty bad. So I'm spending... I have 10 resources and I'm spending 10 resources. That's not great. I should just try to make as much stone as I can here, though. Yeah, that's my game. All right. There's a specific community that's known for being very blocky. Yeah, that's wild. I mean, there's definitely people that are just way more blocky though. So whatever. Last game of Terra Mystica, you had both Nomads and Chaos Magicians opt not to start next to anyone, and you could only hope for Leech from a single Alchemist dwelling. Wow. Yeah, I mean, that's part of the fun of games, I guess. You get to see different strategies, different ideas, but yeah, only 4 cards. Yeah, it's not a very good game here. Um, my opponents really valued cards heavily, which is fair. Um, although even my opponents don't have that many cards, but yeah, like this is not a great game. To be fair, like the game ending this round is also actually not particularly good for me. Like I'm second and first if the game goes 10 or 11 rounds in terms of like seating order. Like seat position wise, I would have naturally preferred a longer game, but I think I lose if the game goes longer, but I think I've lost anyhow. Like I didn't generate enough points, but also I think I'm a little unlucky with the card set, right? There's 13 cards left, but 8 of them are culture symbols. Maybe 7 of them are culture symbols, but like the deck has a high density, higher density than it should of culture stuff left. I get a gold here. That's at least some kindness. A gold is very good to dump into this thing. I'm at least making a lot of points right here at the end. I'm gonna get to like 100 plus cards. Like I'm gonna be at like a 116 in a 9-round game. That's not that bad, but it's presumably not actually competitive. Green has only 4 tools though. Like Green has like 5 times tool multipliers in here. Maybe even 6 times, maybe 7 times tool multipliers, but it's only a 4-time multiplier. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. My people still kind of suck at rolling. Like I could have got one more stone here, but no. Like it's not awful, but I've also rolled a bit poorly this game, which like it's Stone Age, that happens, but like it could have been a lot better. But I'm at 105, 108 plus 16. I'm at 124 in a 9-round game. It's not that bad. Yellow has 7 huts. Yellow has 7 huts, and yellow has 6-time multiplier. So, I mean, yellow has 42 points on 3 cards. Yellow also has a dead culture card, though. I think. I don't know, actually. I might have snuck it still. We'll see. God, yeah, red, why did you go for a late set? Yellow has 49 on huts. Okay, and 15 on tools. That's probably an issue. Okay, super close game. I was actually very much competitive here. Red actually won the game, and if red gives me the culture, maybe I win. Although red is also better off if they take the person multiplier. If I roll even slightly better this game, I have 2 more resources, though. You thought red would easily win, but he did some weird stuff later rounds. I mean, I agree with that. I mean, to be fair, red should have easily won. Red should have had this game won, but these taking 2 culture cards in the last 2 rounds, like he spent 6 resources. Now he did get 2 wild resources back, but he spent 6 resources and 2 people to make 8 points. Like 2 people and 6 resources to produce 8 points and 2 gold is pretty inefficient. Especially when you could have had a shaman card and double stone. Times 9 farms. Ugh, times 9 farms though. I maybe should have tried worrying about that a little more, but yeah, look at how this is unfortunate for me though. Like there were still 7 of the remaining 13 cards are culture cards. Like we definitely could have just chosen to not flip the stupid triple hut builder for yellow. And we could have instead just flipped a lot more culture cards that other people didn't care about very much. Like that was unfortunate for me for sure. He only has times 3, he has 9 farms. I know that. That's what I'm saying. He has 9 farms. Like we also could have got wrecked if more of those came out. And that's what I'm saying. I maybe should have blocked more farms. Like that's although I just don't need the farms. Like But I'll grant yellow starvation strat nearly worked here too, to be fair. Like, starving is still good. Still works. The shaman cards never came out either, actually. Only one shaman card came out this game, so we're missing. I mean, I guess from red and yellow's perspective, the deck has both double shaman cards in it still, and it has 7 culture cards in it still. Like, it's a little sad. I was looking for the culture cards, they were looking for the double shaman cards. But these things happen. Holy shit. I mean, also, no reason, no wonder that we freaking lost, though, here, too. I mean, look at this. You're not sure it's a matter of starvation being good, it's just viable? Yeah, that's fair. It's definitely viable. I mean, okay, we also lose this game because we rolled like shit. Like, I'm 2 points back, but I'm easily supposed to have like 3 more resources. Like, also, red rolled this. Red rolled like this, I rolled like this, and red beat me by only 2 points. Like, what a garbage game sometimes. I mean, whatever. This is Stone Age. This is Stone Age. This is just how the game is, but it's a little frustrating. I've really been trying to get better at Stone Age, but my rating doesn't suggest that I'm actually as good as some of the best players. But then every time after the game, I'm like, could I have made better choices? And sometimes the answer is yes. There are still moments where I'm supposed to make better choices. But then some games, I look at the after thing here, and I'm like, wait a sec. Is my strategy actually bad? Or is it my dice rolls coupled with, like, I went for early culture cards and we just didn't freaking flip culture cards? Like, your dice rolls are really bad in Stone Age too. It's not always bad for me, to be fair, but Stone Age clearly has more luck than a lot of Euros. I mean, look, there's dice rolls do matter, and the card orders matter quite a bit. So it's hard for me to know, yeah, like how much am I making bad choices? Like, basically, like, look, there's 500 level players, and it's like, how much are they actually making better choices than me on average? Are there things that I need to do better? And how much is it that I'm on a run of just like kind of not good luck? And I don't know. But oh well. You love rolling the dice. I mean, look, Stone Age is a great game. Like, you can have luck in games. It's fine. There's a lot of skill still, but then yeah, like if the disparity in dice rolls is this high, I mean, that can determine a lot, right? I mean, like his guys were 20% more effective than mine. Like, every guy that I decided to go send out to roll dice was like 80% of what the guys he was sending out to do. That's a pretty big handicap. Pretty big handicap. So, but yeah, that is unfortunate though then, because like I'm so close to like having quite a bit better of a game. If I roll even one more pip at the end, if I roll one more pip at the end on that stone roll, I get an extra stone, which I then spend for an extra point instead of the brick, and I wind up with an extra brick at the end. So I would get 2 more points with even a single more pip right on that final roll, and at least be tied with the others. I lose tiebreaker horribly, because tiebreaker is you add up your extra guys, your farms, and your tools. You just add up your people, your farms, and your tools. So, I mean, I definitely lose that. I'm at only 1, 2, 7. I'm at only 13. So, yeah, I mean, I did need 3 more points, admittedly, but 1 pip produced 2 points, and then any time earlier in the game, give me a little extra wood, a little extra brick, but oh well. You think the K factor at BGA is kind of busted elo? It takes forever to naturally settle your actual plan strength. It's very grindy. Part of the problem with applying a 2-player rating. Oh, yeah. I mean, look, it's also, look, you shouldn't worry about your rating too much. And I broadly agree with that. I'm not sweating it that much. It's mostly, I've been playing a good amount of Stone Age and I've been trying to get better, right? And so rating is somewhat a useful proxy for how well you've been playing. It somewhat is responsive. If you play well, your rating increases. If you play poorly, your rating decreases. That's broadly true. It's a fairly good indicator. But so that's what I'm saying. Like, usually I try to respect that. And so it's like, did I make bad choices this game? Did these players make better choices than me? Is that why they won? I don't think that's true for Red's case. I think Red's supposed to win by a decent bit more. I think Red put wrong values on stuff. Yellow maybe does play better than me this game. I'm not sure, right? Like, Yellow tried hard to make Starving work, and yet it worked. I rarely go for starvation strats, so I probably have things to learn. But again, this game, it's hard for me to say if I roll just a little better, if the cards flip in a little different order. Like, how unlucky was I on cards though? I don't know. But yeah, that's all. You think they both played worse than me? I kind of think that's true, right? That's kind of what I'm saying. It's just I try not to think that way usually, because that's not how you get better at games. You gotta really be like, what could I have done differently? But I could have also won this. See, so that's what I'm saying. So I like. So what do you think I should have done? Actually, I'm very curious. Like, what did I incorrectly do? Like, where should I have made different choices and got more points? I'm sure there were moments, but if there's anything that really stands out, I'm interested. But anyhow, with a fresh account, how long would it take me to get 550 in an ELO? More games than it should. That part's true, Gonzo. Yeah, ELO is very grindy on this site, so that's fair. Okay. Anyhow, I've blabbed on enough about this. I do. I do need to go message friends here quick. Sorry, I'm just replying to some friends. Okay. There we go. Sent that out. Cool. Okay. There were some things you would have done differently. Some of them were probably better. Some aren't. You can't remember that well. I mean, and that's fine. Like, to be clear, like, I'm just curious if there's any like real big errors. I agree. There's plenty of like minor stuff I would look back and consider. I that's part of why I'm trying to play. I want to just kind of keep pushing slightly different ideas and different strats and seeing how they go, and then try to figure out what valuations I should change, what I should modify. That game is just unclear if there's anything I should really have changed, obviously, but maybe prioritizing the card over the hunt when Red inexplicably took the card from me. Tough to say. It's a dice game. Weird stuff happens. Maybe the card. You think prioritizing the cards I didn't pay off? I mean, obviously the cards I took didn't really pay off. But to be clear, I didn't prioritize those cards, right? I mean, I only got 4 cards this game, but I didn't. I mean, we can rewatch this game, I guess. Let's all do a brief session. Let's do a brief session. But like, I didn't really prioritize cards. I don't think I paid. I mean, I paid in round 1 for a farm because I believe paying round 1 for a farm is good. Not sure what else I would have taken. I mean, that's basically it. Like, I got a card when I was 4th seat in round 4. I got a card for 1, which wound up being a culture symbol I needed, but like that's hardly wrong. Round 1, I take this tool. This tool turns out to be pretty garbage, but it's hard to know that in round 1. Like taking the tool, taking these 3 people, going for the farm. I think I don't disagree with this plan. I think this plan is correct. So I don't dislike this. Then round 2, I take a farm. I like that. And I'm offered this card for 2, and I take it. Grabbing farms can be suboptimal. Yeah, I mean, it turns out that grabbing this farm over grabbing the people might have been wrong, but it's only because, yeah, we roll a million freaking farms and we have somebody dedicated to starving right off the bat. But I don't like how much this guy prioritized starving. Like, he was so dead set on starving so early on 6 people. Like, you give away so many farms that way, too. I mean, whatever. I don't know. If the game goes longer, red should win, but you like it this far? Wood here, I wouldn't hate also instead of the flute. I think just going for wood and ignoring the flute is defensible. Like, I took this card for the farm. I don't have to follow up this card with going for more. It is true that I was pretty sure yellow was going starvation instantly, and so maybe I was supposed to just say, hey, yellow, I'm going to take people because you're going to make feeding way too easily. It's definitely, that's an interesting thought, Gonzo, too, actually. Maybe the farm is actually the wrong answer. Maybe I'm supposed to just say I'm growing here, because if you're going to be this dead set on starving, although, yeah, and I already got a farm to make feeding easier, it's possible. I mean, I also don't know that farms are getting rolled here. Like, the fact that I'm getting handed a farm also changes things here, but, like, obviously we don't know that at the time. But yeah, maybe I don't have to prioritize the flute and I just gather more wood here. That's definitely defensible. Now, to be fair, also bad early luck sucks. If this was rolling for wood, I also get only 1 wood. Bad early luck matters a lot. You want good early luck, right? The game's a little snowbally. Like, the more resources you have, the more flexible you are. And in the end game, having extra resources are just points. It is a thing to consider, Gods. I agree, though. I like the idea that maybe farms are easier to get in a game. Oh, I don't get handed a farm here because green fails the roll. That's right. Okay, so green fails the roll. Yellow's injecting farms. Okay. So I probably grab farm again here. This maybe is also wrong. So I choose farm at the start of this round. This again is where maybe I am supposed to just grow. It's also arguable I'm supposed to just take this card, because I mean, it turns out to be such a short game that it does turn out the farms don't pay out as much as I think. But I just don't, I don't know. It's hard to say. Farms are really good normally. And then again, I get offered a card for 2. I mean, it's arguable that I shouldn't be going for this, but it in this position, I take this card for 2. It's very unlikely anybody takes this card for 3, and then I'm 4th seat next round, and I probably get this card for 1, which is exactly what happens. So, and I even get wood back here. I don't know. Uh, You've seen me do really well loading up on farms in other games, so you get it. You think 6 person is maybe better than the 3rd farm. It turns out in this game it maybe is. And it's partly because yellow rolls farms here and doesn't even take them, right? I think that's what happens. I roll farms, I take another. And then yellow, I think, also rolls farms and doesn't even take one. He just gives every... Oh, no, okay, it's not this moment, but... I mean, I do wind up with kind of too many farms. And if I just had another person here... Yeah, so maybe the adaptation is that people are extra important. If the game is gonna if you're gonna have somebody so dead set on starving so early, and they're gonna have farms, you just don't know how many farms are coming off the potpourri things, but maybe. Yellow should have taken that farm though. He later fed with a wood. Yeah, I mean that's a good point, but this wasn't when he rolled a million farms. I don't know when yellow rolls a million farms, but that must have been quite a bit later in the game. But like this round is fine here too. Here's where a million farms get rolled. It's actually red rolls a million farms, and yellow just chooses to not take one. But he should take a farm here instead of passing one to me. But yeah, red rolled it. Yeah, he didn't know he was gonna feed it all until cards made it possible. I mean, yeah, it makes sense that yellow doesn't take the farm here, but like, I don't know why yellow is so dead set on starving. Like, just take the freaking farm. The farm versus a wood. Like, the wood is so dubious. Like, just take the farm. Don't let somebody else have it. They score points on multipliers. But, I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it's totally wrong, but I do think it's mildly questionable. Like, does yellow really need this wood at the moment? He already has 8 wood. Yeah, I agree. I would just take the farm. All right, that was a bad roll. I wasted that dude. Okay. Because I partly thought I was getting a hut back. I didn't. These cards suck for me. Like, this is again where it's just like kind of crummy luck though. Like, I'm going third here, like, and now we wind up flipping a Civ card I already have. Which, I mean, it is going to happen, but like, yeah, I mean, whatever. None of these are great. I get offered grow though now with people and I snap it. I think that's correct. Clearly I don't need the farm. But yeah, it turns out that I guess taking people earlier and just getting handed farms later also would have worked here. Growing turns out growing does turn out just better. It turns out having more action this game would be great because there's way too much food too. We're getting so much early food on cards. We're gonna wind up getting that 7 food card pretty soon. Also, again, a symbol I already have, by the way. Which actually is a really another part of my game that just goes really poorly here. Not only are we not flipping culture cards, we're flipping all the doubles. We already saw both of these in round 1, and now we saw both of these and both of these. Which is pretty freaking unlucky, because we wound up just not seeing a bunch of the other symbols. But maybe you wouldn't have taken the 1 to 7 here? I'm curious what you do here if you don't take the 1 to 7. I'm actually really surprised to hear you say you don't take the 1 to 7 here. What in tarnation do you value over the 1 to 7? Just growing it? Is growing possibly better than the 1 to 7 here? You think growing? I do agree that taking both huts this round was maybe an option. Trying for this hut as well and then just rolling some golds turns out to be very defensible. No double people card have arrived yet. I mean, there's only 2 of those in the deck, and I'm already going for culture. Like, I mean, they never came. It turns out they never came, correct. The double people card never came, but there's not that many cards in the deck. Or, like, there's quite a few cards, but, like, again, we kind of already know it's a fast game at this point. Like, it's very possible the double people card are not going to show up. I agree, Gonzo. Just building another hut, building both huts here seems pretty defensible, admittedly. Also, just rolling an extra gold here. Come on, game. Come on. Prioritizing points was important. I think the 1 to 7 hut here is pretty damn good. I had so many resources, and converting those resources into points efficiently is great. And the cards just continue to suck for me. Like, I don't want any of these cards. So I think I have to prioritize hut points. Because how else am I scoring here? Like, I know double tool makers are not going to score me well this game. Single tool makers aren't. This card is garbage. So I just am not scoring points for rounds. Like, I agree that growing maybe was okay, but I think the 1 to 7 hut was stronger. But yeah, barely any cards got bought, so the card row just continues to suck for me. So here I prioritize the best hut, but maybe grow here. I don't really need this hut versus this hut, and I'm very likely to get one of them back. So yeah, maybe grow here. Opening grow and then getting one of these huts is probably better, actually. Yeah, I probably just get this hut back, actually. And now I settle for a tool that I don't care about. I would have liked growing still turns out to be okay here. Although there's only 2 rounds left. I mean, I would spend 2 guys this round to have 2 more guys. I don't know if growing here is actually better, but maybe. I mean, it turns out growing is fine. It does give me more actions, but it's not immediately clear that's better. And also, again, like, yeah, Simon, you're correct that I can just build more huts, but I don't have hut multiplier cards, so it's better to just build things efficiently. I get to turn more resources in at once. That's just better. You don't know the tool makes much sense here? The tool doesn't make a lot of sense here, but I know that I get to use it for 3 rounds. It's just as good as rolling, right? Like, where if I send this guy to roll instead, he averages 3.5 pips, whereas this generates 3 pips. I only used 4 resources to 1 to 7? No, I used 7 resources. I dumped 7 resources into this hut. I absolutely dumped 7 resources. I used wood, admittedly. I did dump a bunch of wood, but also the cards are garbage at the moment. What am I saving wood for? Wood is nice for buying cards, but the cards aren't good for me. I don't. I'll eventually get more wood back. I mean, that's what I go do this round. I replenish my wood stockpile. Although I roll like shit again because my game is a lot of rolling like garbage, but yeah, I do think some of what you guys are saying though, like I could have tried growing. There's alternative lines here that maybe go better. It's very unclear though to me. Like I don't actually know if I regret any of these choices. I get handed another farm here that I decline. Now, giving a farm to red is it turns out I'm giving red 3 points, although again the stone is 5 points. So, meh. I do agree that prioritizing the hut was wrong, right? I probably should have grown, it turns out. There's a lot of hindsight here. I agree, Gonzo. That's what's tough. Like how much of my decisions this game are wrong only because of hindsight? Like here, I'm choosing to try to keep the pace of the game, and I'm just assuming I'm getting this card back because nobody else is building sets. Not growing, not sure what to do, but growing isn't needed. Okay, well then it's fine. Do you think the second time taking farm over grown round 3 was maybe a mistake? That isn't just hindsight, but it could be revisionist. No, I think I should prioritize growing a little more. I think it turns out I do think if I see other people starving, I should move up how much I'm growing. Because if people are so dead set on starving, they're gonna not prioritize farms. The other players are gonna get farms pretty easily. And then when cards with food come down, nobody cared about the cards with food. But if I had more people, maybe I could have. Like getting a bunch 7 food on a card is a great card. One of the other cards that could come down is the leaf symbol with 5 food on it. The 5 food turns out to be absolutely worthless to me this game, but if I just prioritize slightly more growing earlier, like that could have been a great card for me. 5 food and a leaf could have been absolutely a great card. but it would have been a kind of mediocre card given I don't need the food. So, you think taking the 2 hut is a mistake above taking the 2 resource card? Or the last hut? I do think I'm probably supposed to take the card here because somebody is going to take this. Now, arguably, red could just go on this to make sure the game goes an extra round. I'm not sure that's wrong for red, though, right? Like, red using one guy here just to make sure the game goes another round if I don't enforce it. Isn't that just losing, though? I mean, that's what's hard. Now, is red a good enough player they're going to do that to me? I don't know. But in trying to get better for facing other people in the future, why does red not just block? It's one of his good people because it's early in the round, so he can't afford to. I get a better seat in later rounds if we go later rounds, so I'm not that punished, so I shouldn't be worried about it here. Okay. That's conceivable. And then if I wind up with this card, nobody else is doing sets at all. And if nobody else is doing sets and the game goes longer, I also probably have opportunities to help make a big set. Whereas if the game goes fast, I'm never getting a big set, so I'm never getting to leverage. Okay, yeah, this is my biggest mistake. I actually, the more I think about this, is my biggest mistake. I got really greedy here. I thought nobody would fight this card. And to be clear, I'm not sure anybody should have fought this card. But this hut is not important here. This card is. Yeah, it turns out the dynamic turned out really bad. Giving up this card, red all of a sudden prioritized cards a little bit. Like, I still don't think this makes sense from red for what it's worth. I think you see the game is going to be pretty short and you should be snapping this card. This card is like actually points. This is really not, but I definitely was supposed to take this card. I do in hindsight really regret that choice. This is a clear mistake, and it's probably a game losing mistake. Because if I just have this card, somebody probably is just building this hut anyhow. I don't think they're extending the game. And then I probably just get this hut instead, like, or something like that. Who knows for sure? It's hard to say how the game plays out, but I'm definitely supposed to just take that card. Yeah, so that's what I would like back. I would like that move back. I'm supposed to take the card. Because now we hit the final round. Yellow gets handed the double hut builder, which is sweet for them. Triple hut builder, sorry. Triple hut builder flips for yellow, which is pretty sweet for them. We could have flipped more culture cards, but we also could have flipped double shaman cards. So, like, whatever. I snap a 1-7 hut. I think this is still the right move here. So the other follow-up then is I don't take this card here. Why am I not taking this card here? Because I'm taking another hut. Alright, am I supposed to take this card over this hut? This is a new fun question. This is an 11-point hut for 3 resources. This generates 12 points because 2 gold is 12 points. And the symbol, this is 17 points for 4 resources. Although it's not necessarily 17 points because I already have so many resources I want to dump. So I do want to take this hut and hope nobody wants this card. Yeah, I do have to. I have to take the hut here. And then red takes the card, which is fine. Yeah, okay. I mean, I'm pretty happy with how I played that. There's definitely one or two moves I'd like back, but I'd also, I'd also have liked to have just rolled better, but I maybe could have still won this game even with bad rolls, even with what happened if I just actually prioritized the card. I think that part's clearly wrong. Even at the time, that was wrong. I do think it's possible I should have grown a little more aggressively sooner. Um, I think that is a general strategy lesson. If you know somebody is starving, you should really just prioritize people because it's going to be easier to feed those people because food cards and farms become a lot easier to grab. Although this game also had so many farms get rolled. It's a little bit hindsighty. Like the game definitely could have felt more food tight, but we got both. I mean, the other reason this game wasn't food tight though is because we did inject 2 extra farms in round 1. There's only 2 cards in the entire card deck that add a permanent farm in round 1, and both of them got bought in round 1, so that's also a bit unique. So, Blitz chess game? Heck yeah, sure, we can play a little chess. And then I guess I'll shower and get ready for my day. Um, oh yeah, okay, yeah, actually, my sister is gonna be here pretty sweet. Okay, actually, great. Okay, yeah, I don't have a ton of time, but I will need to. I'll need to. I'll need to shower and get ready to go game with friends and hand off the dog to my sister, who's showing up to get her dog back. Because yeah, I still have 2 dogs at the moment. Which actually, wait a sec, I don't know where Loki is. I'm gonna go look. I'm assuming he's laying in the living room, but he's not actually laying by me, which is kind of mildly unusual, but not major. But I'll be right back. All right, yeah, he's just being a good boy in the living room, so no worries there. Okay. You're on a real rating slide in chess. Interesting. I've been playing actual 3-minute games lately, which is yeah, wild. Let me tell you. But hey, I've been getting better. Been getting better. Now let's make sure we can castle soon. I don't. 3-0 is all you play. I've been getting a lot better at playing 3-0 because yeah, I'm actually when I first started playing, I needed more time to get used to things. Yeah, let's just castle, get done with castling, put this bishop here. Sure. Move the rook over next. Bishop, do I take this? I guess I take. Queen steps forward, could castle either side. I slide this rook. Maybe it's time to slide the queen up. Queen. I don't know where the queen belongs. That's an issue. Sure. This knight popping here actually looks pretty good, right? This knight comes in. If we trade off knights. Oh, or that happened. Whoops. I gave up that pawn. That's right. Uh. Oh, okay. Whatever. I gave up a pawn. So be it. Okay. What's next? I don't actually know what to do here. This? This pawn just... Yeah, I don't know. I kind of don't actually know what to be doing here. There's not really weaknesses in my opponent's position. I'm down a pawn. I don't really know what to do. And I'm running out of time. I need to play faster. I don't know where to go. Craziness. Craziness. Oh, yeah, that didn't work. Uh, well, that was very wrong. Well, 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 team. Oh, this is also big problems. This is big problems, team. Big problems. All sorts of problems. Well, game is over. This game is super over. Super mega over. I would like this game to end. Like this game to end. That's how I feel. Yeah, this game's bad. This game is just all bad. We've done bad things and we deserve to be bad. G4 was very bad, yes. I just had no clue what to do, right? And so then we wound up doing very bad things. But hey, that happens. I also have only 49 seconds left to play this game, so I mean, like, look, we have big problems. There are big issues and they're going to remain big issues. He can take that, which is kind of unfortunate, but not a lot I can do about it. Oh, he could also fork me. Well, all right, we're resigning. I'm not playing that any further. All right, well, that one was really ugly. I've generally been playing better than that, but that one was ugly. That one was ugly. I made a lot of bad moves. Blitz is not good for improving your chess, but it improves your intuition. Oh yeah, for sure. Look, I very much agree. I've been playing quite a bit more Blitz, but it's bad in terms of like it doesn't really help me play better. Also, I mean Simon played pretty well there, which was my instinct. I've generally been playing people lately who are a little better at making sloppy. Your Blitz rating's a bit low. Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Like I'm playing people that are a little kinder about making mistakes, which is most of how I've probably been picking up wins. All right, I'm gonna play somebody more at my rating level, and we'll see how it goes. We'll see what they throw my way. I have no idea where this bishop's supposed to live anymore. I guess he goes here. That seems fine. Let's just get this king out of here. That happened, sure. I guess I should have gone there first. Do I actually go here? No, I don't know where this guy's supposed to live either. I guess we pinned that bishop. What am I thinking? Yeah, let's get him there. Targeting that, but it's protected. Okay, whatever. You do that. You do that, buddy. I pop in here. Take. Sure, this looks interesting. Oh, duh, he has his queen backing that up still. Well, see, this is me being smart again, not paying enough attention to what's actually going on. All right, this is actually under threat now. address that. Uh, king side. All right, we start sending pawns over. Sure, we keep going. Let's go. How much of a problem is this? I'm gonna go with not enough of one at the moment. All right. Now we say this is a problem. All right. Sidestep. I want to do things. Ooh, that's a fork we allowed. This rook needs to get involved. Oh, yeah, that's a problem. That was a problem. Well, we're gonna lose this game also, but we're in trouble. We're in lots of trouble. I maybe actually should be here, but whatever. I only have 39 seconds left, so like my opponent has way too many pawns, way too much material advantage here. We're clearly doomed. But hey. Clearly doomed. Maybe not objectively correct, but pretty good for a Blitz game. Yeah, I mean, I don't. All right, I'm so doomed here. He can just take that, yeah. I guess I should have ran here. Actually, I definitely should have ran here, but I've pretty much accepted my fate. He can checkmate me. Yeah, there it is. All right. Well, that's right. Your Blitz rating cratered. You're down to like 1820, back to 1900, but way off your peak. Interesting. When you pin a piece, you should look for ways to add pressure. Knight g5 is reasonable. Yeah, you are correct. I know I'm supposed to add pressure to it, and I didn't. So that's a good call. I was supposed to find ways. All right, we're gonna try one more because these have been some ugly. These have not been great. All right. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what he's doing. He plays fast too. Holy smokes. I could probably just like take a piece of his because I don't think he actually has been registering what I'm doing at all thus far. Yeah, I have no idea what he's doing, but whatever. How am I supposed to make progress here, actually? Hop here and push for the center? Sure. Or literally push for the center. Sure. Oh, fascinating. What a mess. What a mess. This pawn has no support. Alright, bishop's roaming around. What if do we just take? Is taking good for me? Sure. Sure it is. Knight takes... Alright, we're trading a lot of stuff. This rook is going to see my queen in a sec, which probably not ideal. Yeah, so this was an issue because now his bishop saves itself, doesn't it? Yeah, okay, that was my bad. That was my bad. I knew that was coming. I saw it and I didn't play fast enough. Oh, and no, he can't do that at least, but all right. So we've played poorly again. We've played poorly again. Look at that. How shocking. This is the problem with chess. We can handle certain opponents, certain positions, and then we can also just utterly screw it all up. Absolutely muck it all up. I don't know how to make progress. I can't support these pawns very well, and I don't understand what to do. I need to like sneak in somewhere. I'm just hopping back. That can't be good. That can't be good. Alright, he does get out of there. Basically, the only plan I have at this point is to try to checkmate him when he's not paying attention, which seems like not really a plan, but hey. Alright, so the queen protects the bishop at the moment, which isn't really good for us. Although I can do this. This is handy, actually. His queen... Oh, except then he just takes me. What am I talking about? See, this is where I'm not thinking. I'm not even thinking well today in chess. Not even thinking well today in chess. We're watching me do really dumb shit. Alright, we're resigning this one because this is also over. He can just take, exactly. We are not thinking well. It turns out that maybe streaming chess is a thing I can't do yet because I'm talking too much instead of actually thinking it through. Oh, we do have all days like this. This is just remarkably poor, though. I swear I'm slightly better than this. I'm not. Look, to be clear, I am not. I obviously am not good. But you had a number of them in a row. Yeah, for sure. I am gonna try once more. Then I absolutely have to go shower. But we'll try one more time. Admittedly, people are also throwing their opening repertoire at me today. Alright, I pin that at least for a sec, see how that goes. Pop this out. This bishop can go stare that down at least. I do not want to be... Don't want his bishop over here. That all looks fine. Let's get out to safety. Queen just shimmy over? Sure. Just take... I could put my knight right here for a sec. Is this good? Or I could just hang out here. This seems useful. would like to get this rook involved. Interesting. I don't think that's going to be very good for him. I think that was the sort of mistake thing we were talking about that I'm looking forward to. I will protect that bishop because I like where he's. Oh, the bishop's not even under attack. Okay, let's get this rook involved. But I appreciate my opponent helping give me more material because this is how I can win. This is how I can actually win. Now we aggressively try to trade shit off. I was about to say I really liked my knight coming here and forking his pieces, and I guess I still like that. Yeah, I still like this actually. Yeah, maybe this falls apart, but he has to respect me taking his queen here. And I can take this with check, and then I can still salvage the bishop after this. And this rook is applying pressure with checks also. This looks fine. Yep, we just put him in check. He takes. We just take everything here. We simplify because we have material advantage. And we pick up a pawn in the meantime. And now we retreat to safety. These pawns are definitely under threat, but we at least can do this. Alright, how we just offer a queen trade? No. No, we come infiltrate. He can come take. Oh, he could come take my pawn. He's gonna try to protect his pawn. Okay. I put his queen under pressure for a sec. I only have 50 seconds, so I should be faster about deciding. He puts me under pressure. Sure, I come back. He's gonna pick up my knight because he. No, wait, no, he isn't. I just take that. Okay. Puts me under check. It's fine. I probably have to worry about my king safety a little here, but I don't know how. Or I could just go for his king. Yeah, what if I just go for his king? I guess I don't actually win his king is the answer, so now we're still in danger zones. Oh, wait, except I... Oh, yeah, I regret choices. I regret my choices. I was supposed to go here and check and then win. Yeah, I was supposed to go here. This was the wrong move. I see it now. This is where I didn't have enough time and now I lose. I lose the game to not enough time. Yeah, yeah. Oh, I had to win. Yeah, I had to win. He's gonna try and play ultra fast since he's dead, so watch my time. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I didn't play fast enough. I nearly had this. A couple moves. Again, it's Blitz, but I feel better about how I played that one. But I was too fast here. The move is this. The move's clearly this. Right? Oh no, I still lose my queen here. Never mind. This doesn't instantly win, does it? Because yeah, this is actually a problem. The move is because he can like go here. Well, no, he doesn't even go here. He takes, And if he takes, I take. All right, I don't know what I was supposed to do. Because then he does this, so that's very losing. So that can't be correct. I guess I could go this, 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 this. That's barely, that's not. Yeah, I don't know if I was supposed to sacrifice this, but I didn't have a lot of time and I thought there was maybe a checkmate in here, but okay, and actually, I mean, it does, the system likes this, but I didn't follow up correctly, apparently. Oh, the queen goes here instead of into the corner. Oh, because then I'm protecting this square. Ah. Ah. That's what I was supposed to see. And now when the king moves here, now I can do this. Because now my queen's not under threat. And now I'm quite ahead cuz yeah, okay. I knew I had a good position here, but oh well. Yeah, it's because my rook's not attacking my queen. Exactly. I don't need to be protecting the rook. It's just my queen wasn't hanging. Yeah. E3 is already defended. Yeah. I've caught up. I got there. But indeed, there was whatever. There was lots of good lines. I played that one better. I just didn't play fast enough. Which hey, that's 3-0 for you. But I can at least live with that. I can live with that loss. Not that I feel great about it, but anyhow, thanks all for hanging out this morning. It's been good chatting. It's been good just playing a bunch of random games. But I'm gonna head off and go game in real life and stuff. So thanks all. I'll see you around. But later.